So if you learn this, you are going to functionally be a genius. The other day, my brother we were on like this off-roading trip, and he gave me a bunch of questions. He gave me these series of 3 riddles. And by using some of these techniques, I was able to very, very easily answer all of these riddles. And then I found out later, he's like, wow, that's amazing. That was developed by some MIT professor to discover geniuses. And I'm not a genius. I just know how to think. And the biggest issue out there is that everybody takes for granted this idea that you know how to think. I mean, when you're in elementary school or even earlier, people will say to you, like, think about it. But they actually, at no point did anyone ever teach you how to actually think. In a previous video, I was talking about the power of knowing what's important and the power of asking that question. But in order to answer that question, you need to know how to think. You need to know like what's actually important. And to take it even deeper, you need to know how you even know things are true. Now, these are all concepts I've gotten from David Mills. You should check out his YouTube channel. It's Law of Implication. He's absolutely amazing. But in this video, I wanted to dive into this one idea. It's one technique that is really going to allow you to polish up your thinking. And it's a technique about testing the extremes. So again, this is to help you. This is a tool that you can use all day long. It's going to be something that you can really apply in 1,000,001 different situations. And it's all about testing the extremes. Instead of really thinking critically about things, our brain has us kind of just like rubber stamp things. Instead of like really thinking about it, we're okay with too much blurriness. We're okay with a not okay level of blurriness with our lives and with what's going on or the decisions that we're making. So I'll give you like a few rapid fire examples. Say you wanted to lose weight. One of the techniques that you might, decide is that, okay, well, lose weight, I'm just going to, stop eating, or I'm going to eat less. And what happens is you can apply this techniques of testing the extremes. You could say like, okay, well, I'm going to eat less. Well, less is a very blurry thing. What exactly does less mean? Does that mean like 100 calories a day? Or does that mean, 1,900 calories a day? Like, what does less mean? Does it mean less like than the day you binged? You ate like, 5 gallons of ice cream. Like, what exactly does less mean? And so you can actually test those extremes, like less meaning, a little bit less than the day I binged, or less meaning like practically no calories at all. And by testing those extremes, you're going to realize like, wait a second, there's actually like a specific number that I'm going to target. And so this is your brain removing the fogginess. This is you not being okay with just rubber stamping things. You're going to get more accurate with your thinking. And I don't know, depending on who you want to talk to, I'm not like a nutrition expert, but maybe you're going to land on that number is actually 500 calories less than your basal metabolic rate. Like, who knows? The same is true if you said about money, like, hey, I want to save some money, I'm going to spend less. And so you can test the extremes, like, well, what does it look like if you spent absolutely like $0, versus what does it look like if you just spent, like $1 less than what you're doing right now? You might find like, well, on one end of the spectrum, it doesn't make sense at all, because you'd starve. And then on the other side of the spectrum, it's probably not going to work either, because it's just not enough to move the needle. And so again, you're getting accurate with your thinking. And then you can throw in like other scenarios in there, like, well, you want to spend less, but what if there's an opportunity for you where you could double your money, or get an insane return on investment in a reasonable time frame, in that type of situation. Is it worth it? And so again, this is all about like getting more accuracy in your thinking, and you have the opportunity for this at every single moment. So I was talking to my daughter, and she was asking me like, what's the fastest animal on the planet? And again, it's automatic, like, well, testing the extremes, like, well, are you talking about in the air, or are you talking about on land or in the sea? And so you can see that there's a lot of differences, and that's how you get accurate your thinking. So I'm going to bring this to business, and show you an example of how this type of thinking, getting a little bit more accurate, has helped me in my business. So in one situation, we were talking about upselling and figuring out, how are we going to upsell clients with different products or more products. And I was of the opinion that, the only thing we want to upsell them on is more SEO, because, it gives our clients the highest return on investment, and it gives us the highest profit margins. So SEO is the only thing that we're upselling. And what's funny is, like, I did not use this method of testing the extremes, but then the second that I did, I said to myself, like, wait, what does it look like if we're always only, upselling SEO? It's like, how much do you really think that you're going to be able, to grow your business that way? And what I realized is that I don't think we'd be able to get 400% more in SEO than the initial investment. I realized, that we're not going to get that much, but we're not going to get something little, and when I got clarity, I saw, like, I think we're going to get about 100 to 150% more by upselling SEO. I think that is what's possible. And when I saw that, and I saw, like, what that number was, I was like, wait a second. Okay. So if that's where we're aiming, if we have another product in there, yes, it's going to add complexity to the business, but we could increase, based off the fees that I think are reasonable, I think we can actually get an additional 25%. So it's really by, like, using this technique of testing the extremes that I was able to really see what it was I was trying to accomplish and what the best way of accomplishing that was. So guys, girls, definitely use this. See how you can apply it every single day. For me, it's been life-changing. There's going to be a bunch more videos in this series about how to think, and I'm really interested in seeing how you guys are seeing this, how you guys are seeing this change or impact you on a daily basis. See you next time.